Hi, Mark here. It's Thursday, July the 31st, 8:15 a.m. Eastern, 12:15 GMT. US session now underway. And let's have a look how our major instruments are performing. US dollar, which has been very strong and particularly so yesterday. We'll see if that can be maintained today. Slight gap down to start. I've got resistance at 99.73, support at 99.28. If I zoom in on the hourly, you can see that since the resistance of the 99.73 in the last couple of hours has given up those gains ever so slightly. Bias still up and trend, of course, up, particularly, especially on the daily. We'll see if buyers can continue what we've seen certainly this whole week, or if there is going to be some kind of a turnaround, a bounce down off this resistance area, like we're seeing now, and sellers come down and possibly test the support at 99.28. S&P. S&P last 3 days did give up some of the gains we've seen over the past few weeks with the US dollar equity markets, the S&P being very strong, record highs, and a gap up to start today, and already a new record high. You can see that resistance at 6,471. I've got support at 6,440. Since it made this new record high, has given up some of those gains. This is in the futures market. Wall Street opens up in about an hour and a half. Let's just zoom in on the hourly. And there you can see the turnaround after making the new record high, sitting in the middle of that range right now. Sellers, of course, will be looking to continue and trade below this support area. Buyers looking up at the resistance level. Let's have a look at gold. We saw yesterday the strong inverse relationship with a strong US dollar, and there's weak gold significantly broke below the 3,300 level, all the way down to 3,268, gapped up higher to start, looking to maintain now above that all-important 3,300 mark, sitting now at 3,305, with resistance at 3,315. That's the level that buyers will be looking to test and break above that intraday resistance. Sellers looking down at today's support at 3,283. Gold's performance could well depend on the US dollar, which we'll learn more about now that the US session is underway. I'm going to look at Brent oil, which we know has been particularly strong and had 3 very strong days. Today, resistance sitting at yesterday's resistance, today's open at yesterday's resistance, $72.81, and has come down since then, giving up some of yesterday's gains. And this is the start of a double top formation, strong reversal sign. We'll see it's on the daily, so we'll wait for the daily to end to see if it plays out, but has started out that way. And if I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the turnaround. You can see oil has given up a fair portion, almost half of those gains, sitting now at 71.95.98, just under $72, with support down here at 70.89. That's the level that sellers will be looking to test, break below, if that double top can play out. If buyers do step back in, they'll be looking up at the 72.81 resistance level. And then let's look at Bitcoin. Very narrow range for Bitcoin. I've got support at 117.8. I've got resistance at 118.8. That's a narrow $1,000 range to start today. For now, sitting pretty much in the middle of that range. Buys still down. The support area at 117,700. very relevant. Sellers will be looking to test and break below that, continue with what we're seeing, buyers down, trend down, whereas buyers will be looking to test, break above this 118.8, 119,000 on the upside, try to get back to that 120,000. There's the hourly. There you can see a bounce down off this resistance level, sitting in the middle of today's range, and sellers looking down to test the 117,000 support area. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of the session.